All right, good morning, boys. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, October 1st. Nasty NASDAQ. Let's take a look at it. All right, so Nasty NASDAQ, what are you doing? You're currently in an ascending channel. Right here. Let's take a look at yesterday's trade, yesterday's morning trade. If you guys remember, I took that long right on the open. And we're in the chop zone again. So if we take a look at yesterday's chop zone. Let's hop on to the 5-minute. Buy the dip. I think I'm liking it today, man. So government shutdown. The question is, I want to know what it's going to do with the government shutdown. Is that going to be a rally or is it going to be Armageddon Day? I gotta wait for direction. But I like the idea of buy the dip. All right, so this was the nastiness from yesterday. This little range right here that I'm monitoring. Right. Here's my trade. This is where I went long during the open yesterday. But this chop fest, right? We saw it here last night as well, and we're coming right into it. I'm checking to see what's going to happen with that little chop fest range. Not much. Let's extend the bottom of this actually. All right, so that's the range from yesterday. We look above and fail. We came back. We broke yesterday the range. Last night, actually. Where it's more accurate. And then we look above and look below and fail and came right back into this range from yesterday morning. We're right back where the open was yesterday. Let's see. Carlos, are you planning to trade gold? I did trade gold last night. I'm actually up because of gold. I took the long right after the news yesterday and walked out with some nice green. So we'll see. I'm monitoring gold. I've been trading gold. I'm coming into the New York session thanks to gold. So for now, trading NQ, and then we'll see. Maybe we'll flip to gold for a little bit. Good morning to everybody. Are we hop on to the 1 minute again? And we're currently right in the middle of the range. See how it all plays out. Julian, good morning. Good morning to everybody. All right. As far as news is concerned, let's take a look at the news for today. I already have an alarm. We do have red folder event at 10 a.m. manufacturing PMI. We have 9:45 news as well. Alexa, alarm for 6:40 a.m. We got 9:45, 10 a.m. news. They're both red folder events. And of course, the big question is, how is this government shutdown going to affect the market? All right, I'll be right back, guys. All right, but that's what we've got today. We've got news then at 9:45, 10 a.m. And we've got government shutdown in full effect right now. So see how it all plays out. Government did shut down as of midnight last night. That's what I'm trying to figure out, how it's going to play out, if it's going to even affect the market. So the shutdown, lights out at DC. The shutdown happened at midnight last night. Currently in a government shutdown. The question is if it's going to affect the market. Was this a buy the rumor, sell the news, and now we're in selling mode with the rally for the last week around this government shutdown? No, the answer to that. I'm going to be a little careful. I'd like to see how this market reacts to the government shutdown. Currently playing in this range that's coming in from yesterday. Got 2 minutes for the open. So if we take a look at the 5 minute, this is the long that I took during the open yesterday. We're right back to where we started yesterday in this consolidation zone. We had that nasty chop yesterday. We pushed up, pushed down, pushed up, pushed down, and right back where we started. Let's take a look at gold. I did trade last night. I'm currently up thanks to gold. Took the long on this play right there, and gold continuing in a ascending channel. So currently up at $1,000 thanks to gold last night. This was yesterday's open trade on NQ, and we're back here. Let's see how it all plays out. All right, casino. Casino opens in 40 seconds, guys. 40 seconds. Gap fill is up at 860 to previous day close. Casino is now open. Casino is now open. Let's see how this all plays out. Came to VWAP. Testing VWAP right now. Broke that pretty quickly. How low will it go? Open up the 15-minute opening range. And remember, we've got news at 9:45 and 10 a.m. today. Good luck to everybody. All right, here goes the Ripper. Market ripping. Whoa. Bye, bye, bye. The Ripper. It was a 50-point 1 minute candle right there. right to the top of that range that we've been talking about. Hopping on along here for the breakout. Come on. Let's go. All right, here we go. Come on. Come on. We'll start trailing it. Come on. Start getting really tight with that trail. Trailing it. Trailing it. And all right, I'm done. Finito. All right, we got the trade. We got the breakout of that overnight range that I talked about from yesterday. Played the quick little breakout, and I think I'm good with that trade right there. See what happens now. Well, that was easy. Quick little breakout of the overnight range. That's the range coming in from yesterday. And we've been in that chop fest. That's the... Oh no, what happened here? Something happened here. What's going on with my data? My data's down. Hello, data? Hello? Data? All right, let's do this. I don't know what happened here. Down. All right, here we go. Glad that didn't happen during the... Julian, this is the 1 minute, but I'm trying to switch down to the 5 minute. So we talked about this range before the open, right? This was my long yesterday, right? I longed NQ right here at the open, and we were in this range. This was the chop fest of a range. Brum, brum, brum. Look above and fail, came back during the overnight. Last night, we came back into that range. We dipped below. We came right here. So this was the breakout area. Once I saw that, and this is the 1 minute. Sorry, this is the 5 minute. Now let's hop on to the 1 minute. All right, looks like it wants more. So now, if you take a look at previous day close is all the way at 860. So if it's going for the gap fill, 860 is next. The pivot point is at 844. But I think that's it for me today. I did come into green with some green from the gold trade last night. Now let's take a look at gold. Gold, which has been very juicy at night lately. Take a look at, I was watching the government shutdown last night at 11, midnight, and I did take a nice little long here on this push up and walked out with some nice green on gold. So I think for now, I'm going to be hands off. All right. NQ continuing to push. Coming to that pivot point. Pivot point is at 845. So if we take a look at trading view, right here, this blue line, you guys know my blue lines are the pivot point. This is where potential pullback right here at that pivot point. Let's see what it does. If they're going to push it, they need to push hard. Otherwise, we're taking a pullback back to probably 780 again. All right, so far I'm okay with my trade. Looks like it found a little bit of resistance right where I covered. All right, NQ slowed down significantly right there. And let's see. Be patient now for the next setup. If I even take another trade, I'm basically in the green now, about 1,500 bucks. So no need to push it. NQ starting to build an ascending channel here. Carlos, are you still in that long? Assuming you got some nice green on that push. All right, guys, news in 5 minutes. Alexa, stop. So it is breaking out of this overnight range and the range from yesterday, right? This was where we traded yesterday right at the open. So we had all this wick fest, pushed up, pushed down, pushed up, pushed down. But as you can see, I've only taken 2 trades on NQ yesterday, right at the open, and today, right at the open. Done. Gold, let's take a look at what gold's doing. All right, gold. Gold is a cluster F, not doing much. This was my long yesterday. That's what, or last night, right at the government shutdown. Out in the green. All right, gold surprisingly not moving right now. So let's go back to NQ. So NQ attempted to break out of this range that we've been monitoring and potentially coming back into it. If it does come back into it, got the bottom of the range all the way down at 761 again, testing that pivot point at 780. Right? Pivot point's at 780 to the downside. So if NQ does make the move to the downside, pivot point to pivot point, we came to this pivot point, we rejected. Now we're coming back down. Potential 780 if it comes down. It looks on the 5 minute, it looks a little cleaner, with a potential push right back down to the bottom of that range at 780. Let's see. Well, let's see how it plays out. Let me push this down. All right, NQ coming back in other words, starting to look like a look above and fail and coming back into the range. If they're going to continue to push up, they have to hold the top of this range, right? That was the breakout area, the breakout long that I took. Let's see. News in 3 minutes. Let's make sure the opening range breakout is about 100 points here. I'm sorry, the 50-minute opening range points. The breakout area is 840 to the upside and 740 to the downside. This red line and this blue line is the 15-minute opening range. All right, NQ. This is the bull flag and building some consolidation for further upside. All right, trying to push up again. Good morning, structure. Morning, sir. Yes, sir. News in 1 minute. And we got news at 10 a.m. as well. One minute for the news, guys. It is a red folder event, so should be interesting. Actually, 15 seconds. Structure, I took my trade already. I took my long right here on the breakout of the overnight range. So I think I'm done for the day. How about you, Structure? How's your morning going? We're just starting. Got it. All right, news. News, uneventful for now. Nice. All right, so the interesting thing is, since the government is shut down, news could be delayed. All right, now we got the S&P, so we got the news update now has been updated. So U.S. manufacturing PMI right at expectations. The forecast was 52, previous was 52, and the actual is 52. U.S. manufacturing PMI, no surprise there. All right, NQ doing nothing. Let's take a look at gold. What is gold doing? Gold is also consolidating. And back to NQ, looking like NQ wants to come back down. Mr. Structure running some errands around the house. Nice. All right, here's the breakdown of NQ coming back into this range that we talked about. Little look above and fail, and let's see what it does now. All right, NQ now coming back into this range. Let's see if it continues to the downside or bounces. VWAP on NQ on this move is all the way down at 770. There's the move. There's the move. Oh boy, there's the move. Market tanking. PMI news was delayed. All right. Now it's at the bottom of the range. This is the exact bottom of the range from yesterday. Ooh, it's breaking down. Good morning, Peter. It's breaking down, boys. Government shutdown mode. Whoa. That's a sharp pullback. I'm leaving it alone. I'm done for the day. I got my green. I'm good. I'm just watching at this point. Wow. All right, we got news in 10 minutes, 10 a.m. But like I said, I'm done. I'm locking it in for today. Came to that 725 pivot point and bounced. Literally tapped that pivot point to the T. I'm leaving that one alone today. I'm not messing with it. Julian, do you have a set minimum daily goal? No, but I'm up about 1,000. What is it? I'm up $1,400 right now, so I'm leaving it alone. I'm not trading anymore. Structure house account long. Oh, boss, let me get up. I'm sorry, I didn't get the house account ready, so give me a few minutes. I don't think I'm gonna get it ready for the long you're looking for, but give me a few. Let me set up the house account. See if I can make it on time. Hold on, I gotta log into my house. I completely forgot about it. All right, so you want to go long at 1NQ mini or micro? Mini or micro structure? All right, so you want to go 726. What's your stop? $726 is your entry. What's your stop? Oh, stop loss 726. All right, so you want me to market buy right now? Let me know. Market buy right now? All right, we got a long on the house account going to 790 with a stop at 726. On the house account. All right, here we go. House account in a trade. So if anybody's asking or new to the stream, we have a house account. That's the account where you guys can trade. You guys, the viewers, can trade. Got a long trade courtesy of Mr. Structure in the chat. Alexa, stop. You got news in 5 minutes. And here it goes. And Mr. Structure about to get us 10 points on the house account. So the house account is open for you guys to trade at any time. You just have to come into the chat. Let me know what instrument, micros or minis, how many contracts, your entry, your stop, and your TP. Currently in a long on a house account. Let's see how it does. And it push. Hop onto the 1 minute. We're on the 5 minute here. Let's hop onto the 1 minute to make it a little more exciting. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And Mr. Structure with 10 points for the house account. All right. Nicely done, Structure. Let me kill the stop. Hey. Green is green. Nicely done. All right, so NQ, back to my charts. NQ. Just playing dirty today. Structure, no worries, brother. That was me. That I didn't have the account ready, so that was not your fault. That was me. All right, so NQ doing some nasty, just like yesterday, right? Back into this zone. This is the range we've been watching since yesterday. Yesterday, it did something very similar. If we take a look at yesterday's price action, here's the open. This was the long that I took yesterday. Where is it? Right here. This was my long from yesterday for about 45 points. And look at that chop zone right here. It's the same chop zone we're in today. We flushed below it. We went back up. And look at that chop zone. Stay out. Mr. Jesse James in the house. So if we hop on the 5-minute, we've gone nowhere since yesterday. So this was the chop zone from yesterday. Here's my long that I took yesterday right into chop zone. Today I took the breakout long and got out. I thought it was going to be a bigger breakout, but I'll take it for now. And that's where we're at. We're right where we started yesterday. Jesse James, good morning, sir. Peter Chan. So today, I think I'm locking in the profit. One trade so far in the green. House account is also up thanks to Mr. Structure. And NQ playing dirty. Look at this nastiness right in the chop zone. It's the same chop zone from yesterday, guys. Careful. See money, take money. It's the same zone from yesterday. Look at the chop fest coming in from yesterday. All right, news in 1 minute. We got another news drop. Here we go, news drop. Damn, NQ playing dirty today. Structure, nicely done on the house account trade, brother. That was a nice trade. So if we take a look at the house account, up currently about 200 bucks, thanks to Mr. Structure, and NQ is going crazy today. Whoa. Look at his volatility. All right, I'm not messing with that. I'm done. All right, guys, currently up 1,400 bucks for the day between today's trading and last night's gold long. See what it does here. Peter Chan, you missed the party last night. We had a government shutdown party at midnight Eastern. All right, King Caesar in the house. All right, this is nasty price action. Careful. Careful. But we're still in that range from yesterday. We've gone nowhere. We're still battling this range. King Caesar's up 112, Neva 150 to pass. All right, let's hop on to 5-minute. This is dirty, dirty. But until we get out of that range, remember, this was the chop fest from yesterday. We had to look above and fail, look below and fail, and right at where we started yesterday. This was my trade from yesterday, right at the open for about 45 points. Today wasn't as good, only 20 points here, but I'm done. 2 trades. Last 2 days. Then let's take a look at gold. What is gold doing? Here's my long yesterday at the midnight, right after, I think after midnight, long gold. and got some green there. So I think for today I'm done. Not trading with this nastiness. Zen Trader, long, good morning, news, low stop. Nico, good morning, what's happening? Market is going crazy today. But we're still in his range from yesterday. King Caesar in a long. Nico went down eventually. Oh yeah, yesterday it definitely did. All right, I think we're going to get a pullback today. We're in government shutdown. Nico is longs only today, so you're playing the government shutdown. This is going up. I'm waiting to see what the direction is. They're battling this, right? There's a move about to happen, either to the upside or to the downside. We got the government shutdown, so is that what happens during a government shutdown? The market rallies? I don't know. All right, so push up, push down, push up. Is this finally the bulls now taking off? All right, let's take a look at the 1 minute. One minute is nasty chop fest. King Caesar, I see range bound until we break. I agree. 15-minute opening range is about 100 points. The top is 842. The bottom is 742. And let's see what happens. Not doing much right now, NQ. It's building an ascending channel. Let's see if see how this plays out. See if they continue to build that ascending channel or they break it to the downside. NQ slowing down. Julian, JC, can you guide me a bit on the 30% consistency on Apex funded account before and after reaching the buffer? Sure, man. Appreciate it. Let me pull up Apex. So the 30% consistency rule on a PA or a funded account. What size are you trading, Julian? What account size? 50K, 100, 150K? King Caesar with a nice short, brother. Nicely done. 50K. All right, so 50K accounts on Apex have a $3,000 max loss limit, right? That's the maximum drawdown before you blow the account. So the 30% consistency rule means that if you're going to make, what's your goal on I forgot the goal on the 50K account, 2,500, or is it, you pull up Apex real quick. The goal on the get a payout is 2,500, right? Not 50K. You pull up Apex real quick. I don't trade 50Ks. I trade 150. Okay, so the goal on a 50K is 3K. So if your goal on your 50K account is 3,000, you'll multiply 3,000 times 30%. That's $900, right? So you should aim for a max of $900 a day to be within the consistency rule. $3,000 goal times 30% is 900. So you should aim, you don't have to, you should aim though for about $900 max per day to be within the consistency rule. Now let's say you were an expert trader and did get 900 bucks every single day perfectly. It would take you 900 times 3, it would take you about 4 days to get to $3,000, right? That's the consistency rule. But let's say that's to be within the 30% consistency rule to get to 3,000. But let's say one day you made, I don't know, 1,500. You didn't blow the account. All it means is now you have to make more to get to the 30% consistency rule. So let's say one day by accident, you didn't take your TP and now you got a $1,500 day on you. So let's say you made $1,500 times 0.33. You got to make $5,000 now. So $5,000 times 30% is 1,500. So you don't blow the account. If you want to get to payout as quickly as possible and stay within the consistency rule to get to $3,000 profit goal, you should aim for a max of $900 per day. If one day, for instance, you made $1,500, you didn't blow the account, but you pushed your profit goal higher, which means that instead of making $1,500, instead of making $900, instead of hitting the profit goal of $3,000, now your profit goal went all the way up to $5,000. So if you made $1,500 in one day on a 50K PA for Apex, you just pushed your profit goal all the way up to $5,000 from $3,000. Why? $5,000 times 30%, $1,500. I hope that explains the consistency rule with Apex. Now with Apex, you also have a 30% drawdown rule. You cannot be in a trade with Apex. One trade cannot take more than 30% of the drawdown on your account. So for instance, if your 50K has $3,000 in drawdown, you can't be in a trade that takes more than $900 in the red. You have to close it and then re-enter again. That's the 30% drawdown trade. That is up until you reach the profit buffer. And after the profit buffer, you can use the entire drawdown on the account for the 30% consistency rule. So the 30% consistency rule is up until the buffer. The 30% per trade drawdown is on the account as a funded account. All right, NQ stuck in this range doing nothing. All right, let's fix this ascending channel here. All right, it's going for the 15-minute opening range breakout. Breakout area is 840. 742 is the bottom of that breakout area. You take a look at my 5-minute Fibonacci candles. Peter, are you waiting for that 840? Oh, yeah, you're waiting for the 15-minute opening range breakout, 841 right there. Got it. All right, so this red line up here is the 15-minute opening range high, 50-minute opening range low. This blue line, let's see what happens on this breakout attempt. NQ stair-stepping. Going for that opening range, 15-minute opening range breakout. And it's stair-stepping here. The pivot point is at 840. Sorry, the pivot point is at 845, and it's right around this rejection. Peter Chan, front run it, and I'm out. All right. So Peter Chan done for the day too. Like I said, I took my trade. I'm done, guys. I took what is it? I'm up $1,400. It's 2 days in a row of some nice green, locking it in. Locking it in. King Caesar, appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, Peter, I'm actually looking at it right now. I'm getting tempted. If I wasn't up so much already, I would take a look at it. Take a look at that trade, but I'm locking it in. I'm looking at the 5-minute Fibonacci, and it is clean. No wicks. Look how clean this looks. I'm monitoring Fibonacci on my on the house account. House account is up thanks to Structures trade for about 10 points here. Mr. Structure took a trade about right around the open for about 10 points, so the house account is up as well. All right, here goes that breakout. Here goes that breakout, 15-minute opening range. Little pop to the top of this channel. Boom. There's the breakout on NQ. Nice little breakout all the way, pop it to the top of the channel. That would be nice. Look at that. Look at it go. About to be a 20-point pop right now. Structure, no chase. Now we got to wait. Yeah, I'm not chasing that. All right, nice little. Did it get to 20 points? About 20-point breakout on that 15-minute opening range. Pushing above the pivot point. There it goes. Continues to push up. Mr. Structure looking at 24,933 as a target. Okay, so you got a long play. Going for previous day high, right? First previous day high. All right, that was the gap fill at 860. Overnight high is at 913 and previous day high at 975. NQ going to the moon. NQ's finally playing it clean. That was a nice breakout and keeping. Here comes the pullback. I was about to say it was keeping it nice and clean to the upside. All right, stair stepping. NQ going to the moon in slow motion. Staying in that channel. Look at that 30-minute candle. That 30-minute candle is juicy green. That's some solid green right there. NQ pushing now 40 points above that 15-minute opening range. Clean price action. It's going. What is gold doing? Let's take a look at gold here. Gold is still consolidating, not doing much. NQ just stair stepping to the moon. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it. Going to lock in the profit. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. I'll see you guys if you trade tonight. I'll see you guys during the Asia session. If not, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Locking it in for today. Up, what is it, $1,400? So, good week so far. Hopefully, I can keep it going for the next couple days. Looks like everybody in the chat is green too. So, nice trading day. I'll see you guys, like I said, tonight or tomorrow morning. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Structure, Mr. Structure, bringing the house account some green this morning. King Caesar scaling out. Julian, appreciate you. And King Caesar with a win. Nice, brother. You've been having a good morning today, scalping it. And Structure targeting 933. You're aiming for the stars, brother. Well, let's take a look at levels here. I was taking a look at the upside potential to this. Overnight high is at 911 and previous day high all the way at 972. So look at that 30-minute candle. That 30-minute candle is insane. Whatever you do, don't short that. Look at that 30-minute candle. And it keeps going. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Appreciate you all. Like I said, for me, locking it in. Laters.